Welcome to another episode of Everybody's Got Something. I'm your host, Seth Hoffman. Our guest today, Lacerda, public radio host and producer, as well as philosopher, musician, all-around superstar, Shane Nathaniel Hoffman. Let's have a good time and let's get into it. All right. So good to be with you today, my friend Andre. How are you doing on this wonderful morning?
Excellent. It's great to see you.
Great to see you after many years.
After many years.
And I'm so excited to talk to you. And one of the things I'm so excited to just sit down and hear your story. We've chatted before, but your life is full of many chapters, and the chapters are still unfolding today.
They are unfolding.
So maybe just start off, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do.
So first of all, thanks for having me. And I have to warn you, fair warning.
Yes, please.
I'm usually on the other side of this equation, right? So if I pull a jiu-jitsu on you and start to ask you questions, I want you to go for the chokehold and tell me that it's not my seat, it's your house. So,
but I don't know. You're a guest, so we can. And I'm a fan of jiu-jitsu, so
I'm not used to being the interviewee. But thanks again.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a while since we met, and then you went away for a little while.
I sure was.
And life unfolded, and my life is unfolding. And you're right. If there's a novel to be written, this is, I think, chapter 1. Still.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
It's inevitable.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, friend, what do you want to know?
So tell me the story. I'm always when I meet people I've known for a long time. I'm very interested in like your childhood. Just to start, just to know, where did the story begin? Who are some of the key influences, the key players? Where did you grow up? What was that experience like? And of course, it was far away from here. From there to the long journey and all the things that led to this moment, whatever highlights we happen to talk about, I'm sure interested in.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, you know my name. I'm currently a public radio host and producer.
And many people right now, I recognize his voice.
Yes. KUNM Radio.
Yes.
I host and produce a couple of jazz shows and a few other things as well. I am also, this is a new chapter, but I'm also working as a substitute teacher. That's something we can explore. That's been really great.
Yes.
Right on par with being a father.
And I'm familiar. That's how I got into my role of teaching. I think everyone should be a substitute teacher.
Exactly. I also am a host producer of some virtual team building event stuff for corporations. I'm also a soccer coach. Wow. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I like to work in the yard. So there's a lot of things. But where did it all begin? Well, first and foremost, I was born in Brazil. And then I moved to the United States when I was 19 years old.
Okay. And you moved on your own with family?
I moved on my own. I was involved with a student exchange program in the late 80s. And then when I landed and I met people, and then there was a sponsorship, and one thing led to another. I never went back to live. I've been back many times to visit. But before that, you would think, why would someone, and it happens all the time, but in my case, people have asked me, why did you move here?
Yeah.
At 19.
And when you say here, this is to America.
To America.
And where?
Washington D.C.
So D.C.
was the first.
Your
place.
landing spot.
It was the landing spot.
Okay.
Yes. A lot happened after that, but prior to that move, and I've come to sort of realize that as the years went by.
Yes.
Prior to that move, a few years back, when I was 12, 11 maybe, and my family can corroborate this, I already had this mission, this unwritten mission, not that I was going to move to America, but that I was going to depart toward some kind of autonomy, independence, freedom in a way. It's already in me. So that was a long time.
And did you have someone in your life, a role model, relative, someone who kind of did something like that you thought, I'm going to do that? Or was in a movie, or this was just came from your head and you don't know? Yeah.
Good question. It wasn't someone specifically, but it was a short series of events, which I think a lot of people relate to. And maybe, can I tell you the story?
Please.
So when I was 11 years old, within a space of 358 days, one particular year, two events happened, and I'm 12, right? 11,
Yeah,
12.
yeah.
Two events happened that set a lot of other things in motion, okay? The events are somewhat tragic, but everything else, finding the blessings on it, in retrospect, sort of led to this journey. The events were the following. One beautiful Thursday night in 1980, there was a soccer game on TV. Things were fine in the Lacerda household, except for it being tumultuous and lots of people and loud and all that and cramped spaces.
Sure.
But we watched the soccer game on television. Everybody went to sleep, and then 2 hours later, something happened, and my father passed away.
Like, went from being fine and healthy
Details
to...
aside, not exactly
Okay,
fine.
but it was a shock. It was a shock.
But it was like that,
Yes.
right?
Wow.
So that shakes any family.
Yes.
It shakes, in particular, an 11, 12-year-old, in a sense that it's everybody deals with it differently.
Yes, yes, yes.
The thing is, as we're dealing with it, 358 days later, I also have a sister who passes away from brain aneurysm. Now we're talking,
Wow.
where do you look? Now, when you asked about, was it a person that inspired this departure? The departure is not a bad thing. I wasn't running away from anything.
Yeah.
But those events in the life of a preteen, in my case, led me to plug into to my larger community I wasn't aware at the time. I spent 1 or 2 years essentially going to school. I would spend a lot of my time in martial arts. In that case, judo.
Judo, okay.
At that time. I went to English class at a school that only taught English.
Wow.
2 of those years was unpaid, by the way. I would sneak in, but I would go. It was a place better than home.
Yeah.
And I also took art classes. So I was a pretty busy 12, 13-year-old.
Pretty self-motivated as well.
Not knowing, I thought I was running away from that. Everybody's just burning up in their own way, and I didn't have anyone to, hey, come here. None of that, which is super important in the environment you provide a child. In retrospect, I can see that. So I spent all that. The lesson was, as I'm plugging into the community, doing my thing, just as a way to stay away from it, suddenly I was really empowered by the possibilities that the world had for me.
Wow.
I was encouraged and empowered. I can do anything, and I can be anything, I can go anywhere. Not knowing that I was actually thinking that.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, and then the risks came. I decided at some point, maybe it was inspired by movies or some exchange students that I had met, and I was just dreaming, like, where do I go? Where do I go? America looked pretty nice, in the
And
80s
you watched,
movies.
yeah, that's
the
what I was
80s
going to say for
movies
movies.
painted a really interesting picture.
Yeah.
Friends that I met from here, and that became a goal.
Like a seed was planted.
Yeah, I didn't set the goal. This is what I'm doing, but it developed that way.
Yes.
6 years later, I'm taking off.
Wow.
I was emancipated at 15 years old. It's a great thing. I still have the documentation. It's a great scene in my memory when my mother and I went in front of a judge, and she had to basically waive my life to me. She was all that you can
And
imagine.
did you stay connected and close with your mother?
I stayed very connected. I begged for a year. At 14, I'm like, I have to be emancipated. I discovered that was a thing, right? Why did I want to do that? Because when it comes to getting a passport and getting a bank account, you need to be.
Yeah, you have to have
You have to be.
someone to
I think
sign
you need
off
to
all
be
these
18
things.
in
Right.
Brazil, and you have to. Whatever.
All these details, yeah.
I was a kid.
And so you went, okay.
I got that emancipation. I walked
seat.
around with that document wrapped in plastic in my bag or in my pocket. And so that was my role model. That was my teacher. That was this series of events was the one that encouraged me.
And do your kids know this story? I imagine
The
they
kids
must
know some of this story. I think they're being told by me once in a while. We have conversations because
Yeah.
I think it's also important.
Yeah.
Where I tell them bits and pieces, but they're coming up. They're
Yes.
getting the whole picture.
Yeah.
Within that time before I left, that's when I fell in love with radio. At 16 years old, I was working at a commercial radio station in Brazil doing the morning show.
Okay, and that was your first
That was
entrance to radio.
That was my first entrance to radio.
Okay.
Before this job, I had sort of a mentor. My brother-in-law still is on radio, a big
Okay.
radio guy.
Yeah.
And we used to play with cassette tapes, record stuff, goof
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
So
sure.
that thing, the producing thing, was
Yeah.
already in me.
Yeah.
At 16, I auditioned for an open call for a radio station.
And did you? I mean, now anyone who hears you is like, oh, of course you're on the radio. Such a your
Yeah.
voice. Back then, was that voice already present?
The
or-
voice was somewhat present. It wasn't really the timbre of the voice, but the love to communicate,
Yes.
to be able to send out a message,
it,
to be
got
able
it.
to empower people
Sure.
and be, commercial radio. So it's
Yes.
pop music. So
Yes.
you elevate, you put on a game,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, a game face, if you
Yeah,
will,
yeah.
for the radio.
We are back.
And then once I moved to America, a series of things happened, and inevitably I found my way back to radio. And the best thing in the world, which is public radio, without being tethered to
You're right. Sponsors, this
the
and that, and all.
responding and kind of echoing.
Sure.
So there's a huge freedom in this world of public radio and public broadcasting
Yes.
that not many use it to the fullest, because you got to be, in a sense, when you're talking and dealing with people, there has to be some sort of tact, right?
Yes.
I mean, what are you doing? I've been involved in jazz music for the longest time, which is
Yes.
another conversation.
Yeah.
The depth of creativity
Yeah.
that is in that art form,
Yes.
like many others.
Yes.
But I found a way eventually into radio. I know, long answer to a simple question, but there wasn't one person,
Yeah.
not a father figure,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
a radio mentor,
Yeah.
but it was the series of events and the fact that I realize now that what saved me from being a really grumpy, mad teenager
Yeah. Many people went through that. Could have just been bitter and
was the
disconnected,
fact that
yeah.
I kept busy.
Yes.
Martial arts, English classes, art, school, and playing soccer on the street, and really not relying on anyone inside the household
Yes.
to come pat me, oh, it's okay.
Yes.
No, I'm out there. And I think I was pretty lucky
Yeah.
to have ridden that wave.
And did you have a role model just as far as keeping busy? Did you see someone, was that just in you? I
No.
know that was just, you could not be busy. I'm
No,
guessing,
I think it was
probably.
it was a choice. That's
Okay.
healthier and mind occupied in learning things, as
Yeah.
opposed to a very somber environment that was happening inside.
And it made you realize, I feel good when I'm doing this. I don't feel so good if I'm doing nothing sitting at home. I
Right.
feel good when I'm busy and I'm out.
Try it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think I would say to my kids, if if it's soccer or basketball or this or that,
Yeah.
put your finger on it, try it. It may not look like it's anything, but you don't know. Like,
Yes.
try it.
Yes. Yes.
Foods.
Yes.
Oh, I don't like it. Why not? Have you tried it? No. Okay, then let's try it.
Yes.
Because it opens doors, right?
Yes. Yes.
And all this is still chapter one, because there's a lot of things that I'm still interested in.
Yeah. What are there? And out of curiosity, and we're going here and there, but what's something maybe that you are just starting to delve into, or something you are wanting to? Something
Yeah.
that's like, I've never really done this, but this calls to me. What's exciting to you?
If you were to ask me about 20, 15 years ago, if you were to ask me that question and say, is there something that you think, you feel like, I would say to you, I used to say that actually to friends.
Yeah.
I suspect that I'm a frustrated artist and teacher,
Ah,
right?
okay.
And just in the past couple of years, I've been delving into that. I am working sometimes as a substitute teacher at my son's school. And that interaction with kids K through 8th, in a limited capacity,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
Yeah.
it's been extremely eye-opening. So one thing that I don't have the thought formulated, but I suspect that would be the next direction that I go, would be getting deeper into this. It doesn't have to be at a school or anything,
Sure.
but the for lack of a better word, the teaching aspect of things.
And so it's been a few months now. How long did
it's
you
been
say?
a couple of years.
Oh, it's been a couple of years.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, so it's early, but you
Early,
certainly had full
but,
experiences.
But perhaps I'll never leave radio. By the way, I'll leave radio when I'm dead.
Yeah. And even then, keep a microphone down in there just in case I wake up.
Because again, that is a magical medium. It is really, I
wonder
like
if
to
you
say,
could-
first and last.
Yes. It's who you
pose.
are. Would you say that's or not who, but you get to be.
It is a very
One of your
strong part
favorite-
of me. I
yeah.
think without the mechanism of a radio station, still the fact that if you have an audience of one and you are saying, conveying something that has essence that you believe in, that you like, and you really want to share that in a
Yes.
way that's communicated clearly, that people can understand,
Yeah.
either nod, like or don't like this interaction that we're having,
Yeah.
that's extremely powerful.
Yeah.
And the radio is king.
Yeah.
Okay, you could have a megaphone in a park, and you're shooting that sound.
Yeah.
That's sound waves.
Yes.
You know, it seems deep, but it's not that deep. It's just
You know,
really
I wonder
gratifying
if
to do.
you, as you explore teaching, maybe you've done this to incorporate sort of like a kids, like a within your class, like a once a week you can record like a radio show or something like that. Because
yeah.
one thing I'll say is that I think kids grow up, they don't, they're on their phone. There's not so much confidence in speaking, probably, as you've noticed, and to give them the experience and confidence to speak and to know how to speak into a microphone will probably very much empower them.
Yeah, I not specifically that way, but the reason why I've been enjoying substitute teaching, again, there's a limited capacity because I'm also involved in a few other things, so time is of essence. Not necessarily the microphone with equipment, but one thing that I bring into this experience for me is to really point out that being able to speak with confidence, chin up, in a way that's eloquent and people can understand you, that's where it's at.
Yes.
Mumbling, no thanks.
Yes.
With my children too.
Yeah.
Please don't mumble.
Yeah.
You know, say it again and say it like this. It seems mechanical and sometimes they roll their eyes, but it's pretty powerful because having that ability and somehow peeling the layer for any children, because they're beginning a journey, right?
Yeah.
That they have the ability. I think once they have an understanding that that's possible, themselves, they can sort of deal away with how shy they think they are, that confidence thing.
Yeah.
You know, I always ask my children, if somebody speaks with you, you look in the eyes and whatever you say, fine, how are you? But please speak up.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm very annoying to them, I understand that. But I'm also adamant about that because you may have nothing, but if you can communicate, if you can at least...
it's out of love, and what you're doing is you're opening doors for them, for their future, for their
absolutely.
connections.
If you can at least be aware that this is a power that you have, to be able to stand up. I suspect, and I'm not a psychologist, I don't have the data, but I suspect this is step one into liberating yourself from being under a bushel basket. It's very important, and it's very exciting too when you meet children that actually look you in the eye and they're thank you. Take me with you. You know? That is really cool. And if it starts early, K through 8, I think they take that one skill, you know, and also being able to share things, tell a story that for them it may be unimportant and it only happened to them, but to be able to tell that one thing naturally. It doesn't even have to be with confidence. Just naturally describe it by using language and this communication tactics. I think it uncovers things for people.
I think so. Well, I would like to just tell us a little. I know radio said is your probably your as far as who you are, the thing that speaks to you the most. Can you tell just before we go away, we have just a short time left. Just give us a glimpse into the world of when you're setting up to do your show, when you're on the show. What's going through your mind, or take us into that world for just a moment.
Yeah, interesting. I think the experience, and I can't speak for other people. I can only speak for myself. But the radio experience, it really depends on what environment you're in. If you're in commercial radio, and you're bound to sponsors, then you're basically there as a voice. You're just delivering pushing buttons. The world of public radio allows for creativity, but huge responsibility. There are some guidelines from the FCC. There's some things you can't do or say. Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But when it comes to representing, in my case, I play jazz music, and then I help in other shows as well. But I approach it as a way for me. It's almost a therapy session for me.
Wow.
I'm unplugged for anything else.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if something tragic just happened one day, but I've got this shift somehow. Don't ask me how.
Yeah.
As I approach it and I'm there those 2 hours, 3 hours, I'm really sort of cushioned from this stuff because I feel like I have a responsibility to do the very best, to sound the very best, to all my things, all these things, just set it aside because now I'm speaking with you. This is not my house or your house. We're in communication here. And you never know, and it's happened many times, you never know who's listening.
Of course.
At what point, in what kind of
what
difference.
What a special medium that is. You just don't know.
What state people are. Mm-hmm. I've had people call me, once in a while I get a call here and there. People call me to just say, and picture this, somebody actually took the time, pick up the phone, call me, and say to me, the word alumni is plural, and alumnus is single. Because I had referred to somebody as an alumni or something. And, like simple things, right? But that experience, like people are listening.
Okay.
So watch what you say.
Yeah.
Watch how you walk.
Yeah.
By all means, don't imprison yourself.
Yeah.
But radio.
But just be aware. Be aware.
Yeah, and it's a solo thing. You're in the studio. We've got tons of equipment, and you, in my case, I'm choosing the music. I'm making associations with the musicians. I don't much care for what the name of the album is and whatever. That's part of the deal.
Sure.
But I'm interested in a particular musician, like what his life was like, and what's he trying to represent with that music.
Yes.
Saxophone solos or a bassist that goes into some meditation with that thing.
Wow.
That's pretty powerful. Something is happening in there. I'm curious about those.
I think we should do a whole show where we just talk about that. And I think that
would
be very
being a
interesting.
You know exactly. I see your eyes are tearing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's an incredible thing, and that's the care. Also, being very careful with my tone and intonation and what I'm trying to convey, because you may say something that sounds like a criticism, but it's actually empowering. Yeah. So there's that. Yes. I'm not walking on eggshells with things. Well, it is fun.
You sound very natural. Like when I hear, and that's something I appreciate, because as someone who's when I've heard you most of the time I'm driving, and it's just it's a calming voice. You sound comfortable, which when you're hearing that. So it's a gift. It's something that you get to do. I think in life, anytime we are living a life where we can say, I get to do this. Yeah. So before we go on, if we could leave our viewers or listeners with just maybe some words of wisdom, just something to send up. I know one thing that you said, stay busy. That's definitely something that I'm coming away from our conversation with. Yeah. But just some closing words you can leave these dear people with.
When I say stay busy, I really mean stay plugged into your community. You don't have to do anything alone.
Okay.
You were born alone. You will die alone. This is my own words. I didn't read this anywhere. I promise you. Yeah. But if I'm tethered to my community, volunteer work, all the things that I do between coaching a soccer team, that I coach my team, my child's team, and it's busy, 2 seasons a year, and then doing the radio show, being heavily involved with my job, with the corporate team building, and then with substitute teaching. A lot of this is really about me giving time and being plugged into the outside of myself. So that's staying busy. It's not going to do things just because you want to distract your mind.
Sure.
It may not, a lot of this doesn't pay money, but it keeps me refreshed. When I go through stressful moments, and there's a lot of those, the reason why I navigate and flow through it is, and I have to believe that it's because I'm tethered. I do stop to talk to my neighbors, and I have moments as well where I'm really a general to my children, and I'm trying to be a perfectionist. I expect things, but I do that with myself as well. At the end of the day, coming from a pretty cool place. Now, that's the staying busy. last words, I think it's something that everybody knows, and you can look it up. But the best way to, I think, to go through turmoil, I think most people have some sort of trauma. It may not be something serious, but something that set your life in a direction that you have not healed yet.
Yes.
That's my suspicion. And I think there's data with that too.
Yeah.
So what I'd say is that the only way out of it is through it.
Yes.
I think they refer to that in meditation as well. You sit with it.
Yes.
You sit with it. It comes and goes.
Yeah.
Dark clouds in the sky.
Yeah.
Don't follow the dark cloud, right? And when I say this, I'm also telling myself this every single day. So I'm not sitting on some throne telling you I'm enlightened. This is what it is. But I think this is an important thing to remind ourselves. And the easiest way is the best way out of this, whatever this is right through it. There's no shortcuts. There's no going around it.
There you have it, folks. Folks, we're all going through something, right? As much as we pretend
everybody's got something.
Everybody's got something, for better or for worse. Andre, such a pleasure, my friend.
I thank
for your
you
wisdom.
so much.
And,
you're awesome. What you're doing is great.
Back at you.
There's a lot of wisdom here, and I love it. Thank you for having me.
All right, all the best, and hope to have
sir.
you again. All the best to everyone. Stay tuned for
Thank you.
more. We are back at Everybody's Got Something. And of course, I'm Seth Hoffman. And who is our guest? Excuse me, what's your name?
I'm Shane.
Shane. And Shane, how are you today?
I'm pretty good.
Good. And are you going to be starting school soon?
I'm just trying to.
And do you feel like singing a song today to start?
And it's Radioactive.
Radioactive by Imagine Dragons?
No, it's by Modern Dragons. So it's by
By Shane Nathaniel Hoffman today?
but it's by the concert.
Okay.
It's the one on the concert. So I'm gonna do it.
All right.
I waken up to ash the dust. I wear my brown and I set my white.
Breathing
And
in.
then the chemicals. I'm shaping in.
I'm
They're
breaking.
taking off the second out.
Shane, that was fantastic. That was beautiful.
Let's play comfortably on.
You want to play comfortably numb? Okay. Are you ready to sing it?
But no, I'm gonna do.
Okay.
But I'm gonna
All right.
do.
All right.
Oh, I forgot my harmonica.
Should we get the harmonica for this
Yeah,
one?
my harmonica.
Okay. Here we have all these different harmonicas, Shane.
have-
Shane, how many harmonicas do we have here?
We have
Can we count
this
them all?
harmonica
Uh-huh.
here. So I kind of. Not this one.
I think
Then-
it's, is it this one maybe?
It's this one.
I think that's the one. All right. Let's see. Let's hear it. Play it. So that's there, and then. All right. Let's hear. All right. You ready?
Hello. Is there anyone in there? There's not you can hear me. Is there anyone? Oh, come on. I just got the feeling.
Can you show
Can
me
you
where?
hear it? There ain't no pain no
The distant ships
smoke on the horizon. You're only coming to and rain. Don't let me move and I can hear what they're saying. When I was a child, I got the feeling.
My hands
And sound
just like
the
two balloons.
Now I got the feeling once again. I couldn't do it.
Very good, Shane. Very good, Shane. That was one. Shane, who's that song by? Who's that? Who?
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. That's right.
Yeah, and we love listening to some Pink Floyd and bluegrass singers.
Yeah, we love to listen to bluegrass. Shane, I wonder if you can show us some of. Do you have a favorite truck? Actually, what I was looking at this one. Can you tell us about this particular car? What is this car here?
That's a DeLorean.
And a DeLorean. And is this from a movie or anything?
Sort of. But who goes in this DeLorean?
Who goes in this? Can you tell me?
Huh?
Maybe some of your guys? Does it Marty McFly or Doc Brown, or does maybe some of these little guys go in there?
But these guys go in this.
Can you show us how this works?
This going.
Uh-huh. And can you? Oh, it goes over there.
But this doesn't work. So this needs
Okay.
new battery.
And let's take your microphone so we can hear. And Shane, I wanted to hear a little bit about tell us about the school that you're going to go.
Wonderful World now.
Sure, you want to sing Wonderful World? This would be a good song because you're going to be starting school soon, and we want you to have a wonderful year.
Are we gonna sing? Are we gonna sing Happy and the Note at the school?
Do you want to sing Happy New Note right now to practice?
But we're gonna go to school and play it.
Should we practice? Because at school we're going to sing it, so should we practice right now? Real quick?
Well, but
If you're happy and...
let's play Wonderful World.
Okay, ready? I see...
Three trees of green dancing. One roses too. I watch them blowing for me and for you. I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
See skies of blue and the clouds
Clouds are white,
the
like
bright
blessed
day,
day,
the dark sacred night, and I think to
myself,
what
what a wonderful world.
the
Colors of the rainbow, so pretty, and the sky. Colors
So
of
on the faces
the
of people.
passing by. I see friends, second hands, and say, how do you do?
Then
They always say, I love you.
hear babies cry.
I watch them grow. They were not born. They didn't know.
And I think to
Myself, what a wonderful world.
and I
Think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
That was very beautiful, Shane. Thank you very much. Shane, what else? Do you love music?
And now can you tell me another card that you can get?
Yes.
Next one?
Okay, should we set these up? Let's tell us, can you tell us about what the cars we have and why you love these cars here?
Okay, and all little guys going
Sorry,
Jesus.
I don't understand.
Oh, I don't understand either. Shane, which cars do we have here?
We have the Spider-Man,
Uh-huh.
Lamborghini, and a Porsche, and a DeLorean,
And what else do we have here?
and a blue pickup truck,
And?
and And the actual sketchy.
And what about this
A
one?
camper van.
And a camper van. And
A cookie.
and maybe can we see these? Can you try these on so people can see how cool these sunglasses look? See if you can see yourself. Okay, and these are some of your very cool style and sunglasses. Shane, do you love these sunglasses?
I'm gonna say hello into the sunglasses.
Can you say it? Hello in there?
Hello. I'm saying hello into my sunglasses. That was very cool.
Very good. All right, Shane, can you give anybody just some life advice? You are such a kind
No,
and a wonderful boy. I wonder, what is it, Shane?
Another car.
Okay.
Here is a Nissan.
Okay, it's a
Now
Nissan.
Can you please get this?
Okay, here we go.
And there's a Nissan and a school bus too. There's a yellow
And a Spider-Man. And Shane, I think we should, before we go, I think we should do one, if you're happy and you know it, so people at home can follow along and play too. Are you ready for it? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. But you have to come over here so we can see you. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. But come on. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, say hello. If you're happy and you... Shane, come up here so we can see you. If you're happy and you know it, say hello. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, say hello. If you're happy and you know it, then dance. If you're happy and you know it, then dance. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, then dance. If you're happy and you know it, blow a kiss. If you're happy and you know it, blow a kiss. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, blow a kiss. If you're happy and you know it, say, have a good day.
Have a good day.
If you're happy and you know it, say, have a good day.
Have a good day.
If you're happy and you know it, and look right in that camera, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, have a good day.
Out of nature now.
Okay, come over. Can you come here and strum this guitar once for me? All right. And say, have a good day, everybody.
Have a good day.
Have a good day, everybody. Thanks for visiting on the show. We'll see you next time.
We have one last song. It's called Out of Nature.
All right.
Oh, but I need a new harmonica.
Okay, we'll do that one. Shane, we're going to save that for the next one, but we have to go for this time, but we're going to get all our songs. And Shane, you going to come back on the show again?
But we have one last song.
All right, we'll play that song as we go out. Ready? Have a good day, everybody. We're going to take you out with one last song. And the credits may go during this song, but that's okay. Out in nature, all the animals live there. Of every shape and every size, they're everywhere.